Hi, it's Victoria Pendragon, and welcome to my alternate reality. Today I want to talk about shapeshifting, which is a very real thing. And, how do I mean this? It's a very real thing. I guess that's what I mean. It does not have to mean that you literally become another animal. Although you may be seen by other people as different than you are. You don't technically, the body, physical body, doesn't technically transform. I'm sure that at some dimension and level of being that can happen, but for most of us, what shape-shifting is the taking on of the sense of the physical attributes of another being. So that you might be in a trance state, more than likely, or you may just shift gears suddenly, depending on the depth of your awareness of your interdimensionality. For myself, I've had this happen on a number of occasions. My favorites are, twice I have shifted into being a man and gotten to enjoy the sense and the feeling of having testicles and a penis, mostly the testicles. Just an awesome sense. I'm very glad I'm a woman. I don't think I'd want that all the time. But it was a unique feeling, quite wonderful. And in one case, this happened, this shift into feeling that I was in fact another body, happened in a float tank. If you've never been in a float tank, or sensory deprivation tank as they're also called, and you are into interdimensionality and things of that nature, you might want to consider it. It's really quite an experience. I was lucky enough to live very near one for about 10 or 11 years and used to make regular visits there. It was in Medford, New Jersey. In fact, it was called Stress Labs. I don't know if they're still there. But that is where I had one in which I shifted into a fairly young and vigorous young man. The other, interestingly, also happened when I was in New Jersey. But it happened while I was at this job that I had, and I happened to be using the bathroom. It was night. I was a little sleepy, and I don't know if I kind of tranced out in there or what. But the next thing I knew, I was a very, very, very large man. Sort of from some island, probably. It looked like that type of maybe Hawaiian or Fiji or something like that. Very massive. And again, with the testicles. I like that. It's fascinating and difficult to describe, except that physically you feel like someone else. I mean, they're just parts of you didn't have before. I have once quite vividly shifted into an animal being. A very powerful, very large animal, and I could feel as I moved, I could feel that amazing musculature, especially across my shoulders, that was involved in the movement. And it was, when I dance, I have a hyper-awareness of my body. I was not dancing when this happened. I was walking the hills out here, and I was walking them as an animal. And the feeling was very similar to dancing. So quite intriguing and very delicious. So for me, these things have been spontaneous. I am sure that there are ways to induce this sort of thing. I have been in a perfectly normal state of consciousness They have just happened. They have just happened. Just slipped through the dimensions, perhaps into being, literally, perhaps in some other dimension. Perhaps I am those things. That's possible. Because don't forget, no past, no future, only dimensions of now. So everything and everyone you are, every place your energy is, always exists. So sometimes, perhaps one just slips in a moment into that other dimension and feels what it is to be there. That's my suspicion of what happens. It's a very shamanic kind of a thing to have happened. It's very earth-based, it's very physical. And there is definitely a sensual pleasure for me, or there has been for me anyway, when that happens. So just something that's out there. Just wanted to give you a heads up. And I think that'll be it. Yep, can't think of another thing. Thank you for tuning in. Talk to you again later. Bye.